All my electronics are acting goofy. Tim's down there. Keegan's cutting, or Keegan, damn it. Bill, I'm sorry. Bill's cutting up here. Steve's back there in that corner. And then Philposh and Keegan is over there on the far end. Hollow. They want to go through that swamp down there. The landowners want them to, but they don't know if they're going to be able to do that or not. Tim and Bill cut all that bottom down through there. You're talking about some wet cutting. Whew. It's all underwater the whole time. Now Tim and Bill, they're very good, experienced go-getters. And experienced loggers, you know. So they're not wasting many licks, these two ain't. And nobody's logging right now. It's too wet to move wood. They wouldn't be laying all this down unless it was for the bat restriction. But I mean, it don't hurt down that water. And a lot of it don't hurt up on this hill with them Tiger Cat's got them long undercarriages on them, you know. I couldn't be running over there at Brutus right now. I'll be making a mess. He's using that to run on. Now I think Bill's got the 26-inch saw on his rig. I don't know what direction these are getting skidded out. I love them long undercarriages on them things. Look how long that undercarriage is. It really helps. These things weigh so much and they're always on, you know, you always end up in soft ground, you're on topsoil and everything else. These long undercarriages these things got are really nice as far as keeping them from sinking. And they're top heavy too, so when you get started leaning one direction and start leaning down, they got so much leverage on them to just pull them on down, you know, tipping nose wise. So the long undercarriage will combat that, you know, kind of take out the leverage aspect to it. See how many can fit in that thing. Tegan and Matt's on the backside back here somewhere. Tried to fly back and see him with my drone, but the daggone thing, my daggone gimbal's messed up. I feel like a freaking idiot today. Everything's going wrong, haywire. And everybody else getting plenty done. As long as somebody's getting done, I suppose. And some big boys he's a-cutting on over there. Bill's gonna be tearing this big forked poplar over here. All right, I'm gonna freeze this because this is all the footage I got. What little bit I could patch together. I was trying to fly my drone out to see Matt and Keegan out there, and this is roughly, I assume I'm right, this is roughly where they're cutting. But on my way out there, my camera finally I got to where I couldn't see my drone anymore. You know, I can't see my drone, so when the camera messes up, I have no visual at all on the drone. I don't know where it's at. I don't know what's going on. I couldn't possibly try to fly it, and the camera was glitching so bad I didn't know. But what an aggravation, because it was a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity probably. This will probably never happen again. If it does, Steve, call me. I'll be there in a second. But Matt's running a cat cutter, a big cat cutter, like an 822. I think that's a cat size. And then Keegan's running another LX830D with the hot saw head, kind of like what Bill's running up here on top of the hill. But this is kind of the right of way running out where I run past Bill and Steve cutting here. And then when my drone messes up and comes on the way back, you can see Tim cutting. I'll try to stay commentating when I come back with the drone maybe. And I gotta apologize, this camera's a glitching. Every once in a while it gets a short in that harness going to the gimbal and just goes berserk. And then another thing that the gimbal does is when the drones are vibrating and flying, that gimbal takes out the bounce. So every once in a while you'll see this thing go to bouncing and think, what the heck's going on? That's just a daggone gimbal not doing its job because it can't get electricity to it. And I'm trying to pull the camera up at this point, and just now it finally moved up to see Bill there setting his drags up. And then on top of the screen up there, that's Steve running with the Quadco intermittent head. Come on, baby. I'm battling this camera trying to get it to move. It won't move, and I'm just battling. The wire ain't always broken too. It's just almost broken too, and it's getting a little bit of current from time to time, and I can pull my camera up from time to time. But I'm just going to take it up in the air and hope this thing, you know, behaves long enough to get there. See that creek down there? See, every time I try to pull this gimbal up, it'll lose contact and just drop. I won't make this mistake again because I did put a harness in my camera kit. So, and I got my tools with me. So next time if I ever have a harness problem out there in the field, if it's important like this was, if I had the tools, I'd have laid up there on a stump. Of course, them screws are microscopic, but I'd have laid out there on a stump, took that drone apart, and fixed it right there on a stump. But I didn't have the umbilical cord or the harness with me. And this is coming back. I flew out there, but the thing went berserk, so I just hit return to home. So I'm not flying it right now because I don't even know where the thing is with the camera messing up. And there's Bill sneaking through the woods there. Now him and Tim, you can just vaguely see Tim down there by the water down there cutting. And they cut out this little section between the two of them. Bill's kind of making the cutoff point between the two of them, and then they kind of worked that island out together. In the tiny little bit of time I was there. There, I'm bringing it down. See how good the drags. See the camera. The camera says right now the gimbal has no power on where the wire's messed up right now when it gets to jumping. But when I try to pull the camera up, it's just a mess. It's just a mess. Do not know how this happened. I'm gonna land right there on that stump. See that stump right there by my feet? That's where I took off from. And that's all I got. I'm sorry I don't have no more, guys. This would have been a great video if my equipment hadn't have failed on me. Just a management problem. I accept responsibility for it. Everybody have a good one, and hit the buttons. Leave me likes and comments and ring that bell.